In the name of God, hello everyone. Would you please let me know if you have my voice? Am I audible? Thank you. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Hello everyone. It is our pleasure to begin the 4th International Online Symposium on Meteria Medica with the topic of Fenugreek. However, this time I have to begin the event with a very sad news. A great kind soul left us too soon. It is with deep sorrow that I announce the passing of our esteemed colleague, Dr. Leila Shireki, a dedicated specialist in Persian medicine. Her contributions to our field, especially in the field of dermatologic disorders, and her unwavering commitment to her work have left an invaluable impact on all of us. As we gather here today, let us take a moment to honor her memory and reflect on the impact she had on our professional community. Her courage will continue to inspire us in our endeavors. Please join me in a moment of silence to pay our respects. May her great soul rest in peace. My condolences to the whole community of Persian medicine and specialists in traditional medicine. She was a really impactful colleague, and this was a really big loss for us, which we faced yesterday. So let's continue with the symposium. Today's topic is Fenugreek. Fenugreek is one of the most important medicinal plants, and it is used globally in different countries, different traditional medicine systems, and this is why we selected this plant as the topic of today's symposium. So we're going to review this medicinal plant in different traditional medicine systems, including traditional Indian medicine, Chinese medicine, Thai traditional medicine, and Persian medicine. And in the second panel, we're going through some new research articles and investigations done on this medicinal plant with 4 other speakers. In the third panel, however, we also have speakers, again, from different parts of the world to deliver their researches in the form of oral presentations according to the abstract submitted to the symposium. So as the first speaker of this panel, let me invite dear Dr. Sombol Rehman. Dr. Rehman is a medical doctor and assistant professor at the Department of Ilm al-Adviye, Faculty of Yunani Medicine, Aligarh Muslim University from India. Dear Dr. Rehman, hello and thank you for accepting our invitation, for joining us today. We're ready to listen to your fruitful presentation. Thank you very much. The platform is yours. First and foremost, I would like to convey my sincere apologies. I can understand that it is very hard for drivers also to be here with us. It's like saying the life goes on and the shoes go on. Very thankful to you also. It's happy also that you are here at this symposium. I introduce myself as Dr. Kumar. I'm working as assistant professor in the Department of Pharmacology, Pharmacology, Preventive Medicine, at Persian University in India. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Rahman, you're audible. I would be thankful if you put your slides on full screen mode.
Okay, sure. Okay, sure.
Thank you.
So the topic is that representation from in Indian traditional medicine. It will be covering the various aspects of Carbonella integration, its traditional medicinal uses, pharmacology and toxicology, and phytochemistry, and the clinical applications. As in Indian system of medicine, we have various pharmacopoeias for different sectors of Ayush, that is Ayurveda, Yoga, Siddha, Unani, and Homeopathy. The Carbonella or the Fenugreek has been included in Unani Pharmacopoeia of India, part 1, volume 2, and the descriptions are available on page 53 to 54. Before studying or knowing about the different aspects of Indian traditional, the Chinese or Iranian descriptions of the Fenugreek, let us, as the very first speaker of this drug, I think we should also know about the how the drug looks like, what are the different conditions in which it grows, so that we can have the uniform drug, a genuine, authentic drug, to have whatever therapeutic purpose we are claiming for. It should remain uniform and it should remain safe also. So being active in this particular path additionally, just because I am not the first speaker, just to know about the drug. So I have included some insights on the pharmacognostical characteristics of Fenugreek. As the scientific classification is the first and the foremost for any plant to be known. So we see that being planted belongs to the vesicular plant, Medica, and Spermatophyta, the seeded plant, the flowering plant, the Neophyta. Cabbage and the Magnolipsida, the dipole plant. Cabbage order from Fabaceae or the Leguminaceae family. We have the genus Carbonella. And the specific species we are talking right now are the phylum Relation. Although there are various other species also of the genus Carbonella. Here we see that Fengreek, one of the oldest medicinal plants originating in India and North Africa, or the different other parts of the world also grow it, for its medicinal and the nutraceutical value. Apart from that, there are various synonyms attributed to Fengreek. As my country, India, in India, after every 10 kilometers, the language changes second bit. So it is a diversity of languages are there. So we have a specific Marathi, Bengali, Gujarati, Punjabi. A common name that is found in all different parts is the Methi. In Urdu, it is Chandali. In Unani, it is the Telas or the Shalyan or the Farif or the Hulga. That is also very common name. In English, we have the Fenugreek or the Greek acid,
Their name are the birdfoot or the methi. In Iran, I found on the net only that it has been its leaves and known as Shampalila, if I'm pronouncing it right. And it has been a part of the ingredient of a specific cuisine, frittata, kuku sabzi, and ishqina. Sorry if I'm pronouncing them wrong. In Chinese, it is one of the mostly used place where the fenugreek has been used. It is known as the buluba and the buluba. In Danish, the bakar and flower and in Thai, I'm not having all the names. They were available. In Arabic, we know it is the halba or bakar hulba, shimlet, sanfusor, karamelu, kariza. But if we go for Dragonella specific genus name, we see that it has been named as Dragonella. As in Greek language, Dragonella stands for the triangle. And we see the triangle flowers depicts it very clearly that the triangle depicts its triangular flowers.
Excuse me, Dr. Rahman. Some audience say that your voice is scratchy for them. Do you think you can maybe change your microphone or speak a bit closer to microphone?
Okay, let me just a moment. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's much better. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. So I was saying that Trigonella, if we see for the genus Trigonella, the Trigonella in Greek language means triangle. We depict the triangular shape of the flower. We see that the herb, it was self-pollinating, annual herbaceous, aromatic crop. And we see also that, as mentioned, you will be knowing it in the coming slides, that the seeds, leaves, pods, and sometimes the whole plant is used medicinally and also used for the nutraceutical values. Other cognostical characters, just to know about the genuine drug, because methi is just it's such a common herb that it can be mixed with some weeds also. So if we are going to take hulba from the market, we should know should not be any other wheat, which it should be exactly that particular fenugreek only. So we should know about certain pharmacognostical characters also, that it is we see that it is an annual herbaceous plant of up to 50 centimeter if you're finding in the length, having nearly smooth, erect and aromatic green color, standard shape, yellow brown pods, having 10 to 20 seeds. Leaves are triangular, three foliate, pinnate, stipulated, and certain leaflets are also there, 2 to 2.5 centimeter long, oblanceolate oblong, with a pale yellow whitish flower, 1 to 2 axillary and sessile. The calyx are teeth and linear, and the corolla is everted. Pods, that is the main important, which is having the seeds. It is 5 to 7.5 centimeter long. Small persistent beak is there, often falcate, with 10 to 20 seeds in it. Seeds are mostly commonly used parts here. So I've taken a bit detail of seed. We see that it's a brownish yellow, but I was seeing on the net that in Iran it is more inclined towards orangish color. Size almost is the same, to 3 to 6 mm, cross 2 to 5, cross 2. Irregular rhomboidal shape, very common and the standard character of the fenugreek. Hard, obviously, it is pleasantly bitter with the maple flavor and squamic in nature. Microscopically, if we see that it is a hard center, yellow embryo, surrounded by the corneal wider layer of white translucent endosperm in a fenugreek seed, with the diagenin as the main component. And if someone is going to have that, we should know exactly. It can be done. Simple microscopic transfection will help. That the allurane grains, the parenchymatous in the taste of the seed, which is full of allurane grains, while in the cotyledon section, you will find the mucilaginous cell over there. So it will assure you that the drug that you are having is not any other mischievous drug or the adult trend. It is the Trigonella phoenum gracium. If we are going to the quantitative microscopic analysis, you can have these dimensions as well to assure about your drug. Geographical distribution, we see that it is one of the oldest phytomedicine native to Western Asia and Southeast Mediterranean region, and is now being introduced into more than 450 countries across Asia, Africa, America, and Europe. India is the chief producer, account for 80% of the total world production, mainly if from in India, it is mostly in the Bombay or the Punjab, Kashmir, Upper Ganges. It is very common in India, but a, a, a fact is also there. India is the largest producer on the world scale, but it does not contribute a lot to the global Fenugreek trade because of its own high local consumption. In Indian population use it very commonly. If we want to grow or anyone wants to grow about the fenugreek, he or she should know that it grows well in the 8 to 27-degree temperature with a rain annual precipitation of 16 to 60 inches. Soil pH should be 5.3 to 8.2, and it thrives well in full sun on rich and well-drained soil. Although fact also that if it is grown in cold temperature in wet soil, it favors seed decay. So the growth will be very slow and very weak also. If it is sown in a very good condition, the seed can be sprouted out in 3 days, and the seedling grow erect as to 30 to 60 centimeter. Another important interesting fact about the fenugreek is that it was leguminous bean, aids in soil nourishment and nitrogen fixation also. So center there in Canada, in Kamploops, analyzed it after 22 weeks for nutrient content and digestibility. And interestingly, it was found to have 14% protein and 73% dry matter digestibility. If anyone want to know about the cultivation collection practice, it is sown in early May in light well-drained soil. 18 plants per meter can be sown in rows 6 to 12 inches apart. It can have a good yield of 24 to 37. Mature seeds are fit for harvesting in 30 to 35 days and is stored in sun-dried. Now, coming on to the main topic of the symposium, what are the traditional benefits and a bit of historical background. It has a long history of great antiquity, much valued by the ancient both as a food and as a medicine. We see that ancient Egyptian medicine, as mentioned in Iberus papyrus also, it has been mentioned to be used to induce childbirth. This has also used this drug in various forms, in various ailments. Pliny also mentions its use, and many Muslim writers have also discussed about its therapeutic importance. So it was found to be very high reputed among the Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and Arabs. Aristotle has also prescribed its use both internally as well as externally. In Europe also, the history is also equally ancient. In Greeks also, it has been mentioned to treat sick animals before its popularity being used in human well-being. For centuries, it has been used for various ailments, and the global introduction has spawned the diversified consumption pattern of fenugreek in different parts of the world later. Egyptians were using it to treat skin wounds, combat fever, ease childbirth, increase milk flow, alleviate menstrual pain. In Middle East and Balkans also, it has been used for menstrual pain, diarrhea, gastroenteritis, ease labor pain. Iran has been mentioned to treat cough, inflammation, diabetes, digestive disorder, skin diseases. In Europe also, to treat temporary lack of appetite and skin inflammation. In China also, it has been introduced during the Song Dynasty in 11th centuries. Official in the Chinese pharmacopoeia also for pain and coldness in lower abdomen, hernia, weakness and edema of the leg caused by cold damp. And the seeds are used as a pessary to treat cervical cancer also. In India, fenugreek is commonly consumed as the food favor and medicinally used in Ayush medicine, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathic medicine to treat indigestion, baldness, to induce lactation. It boosts physique, treat gouts, used as a spice in address kidney problem and male reproductive conditions also. In America also in 19th century it gained reputation as a treatment for female discomfort like dysmenorrhea, postmenopausal, vaginal dryness, and was listed as a key ingredient in Lydia Pinkham's, a vegetable compound. It was a popular patent medicine also. Recently in Australia, it has been used in combination with 2 or 3 other phytomedicine also. These are the details. And in China also with other 2 phytomedicine such as Quyang, Buffon, Pelsil, etc. Other Important details as per the Indian traditional medicine, we see that various Indian scholars like Natmul Ghani, Rubhaya favors the use of seeds, pods, and the leaves. As the temperament of the mizaj of the drug has been mentioned as to be hot and dry. Although the degree of temperament is vary, as mentioned by different scholars, like 2 to 1, but it is not, at least it is not a third and fourth, which may be toxic, but it is a very safe zone we are having this particular drug, hot second degree and dry second degree, mentioned by Ghani, Lubhaya, and Natkani also. Hakim Abdul Hakim also may have mentioned it. And Kanturi somewhere has mentioned is Ghulam Hussain Kanturi, 1930 mentioned as temperament as the hot and dry first degree. It is toxic as mentioned in the Indian literature up to the hot temperamental persons, maybe toxic for testes also, although in certain pharmacopoeia it has been mentioned to be used in male reproductive persons. But somewhere in some ailment it has been mentioned that it may be toxic for testes, it may cause headache and nausea, it may cause indigestion, but if taken in high dose, because it is recommended in indigestion. Because of its particular smell, it is causes foul smelling urine and sweat also. In parallel, the Unani scholar for our traditional medicine have mentioned its corrective agent also, like sikanjabine, aniseed, pomegranate, and the casnil leaves can be used for its corrective agents. And for the testes, like I was saying, if testes for correcting the adverse effect on testes, we can give a specific oil formulation if you Rogan in post. A substitute, as it is available in abundance in India, in particular, I am talking of India, it is available in abundance, so no need to substitute. But if it is not available, we can have linseed or the aniseed. Therapeutic dosages as recommended in Indian traditional medicine is 6 gram. Sometimes it is 3 to 5 or 7. Because it is when it's very safe for going 4 to second degree of temperament. It is used as a bath additive, liniment, inhalant, ointment, oil infusion, poultice, decoction, and infusion. Various different dosages, specific dosages from like fluid extract 1:1, from tincture 1:5, native extract as 4:1, infusion is 2 gram in 150 ml of water. As per WHO monograph, if we see that no difference is there, same thing is there. Medicinal use as supported by the clinical data is hypercholesteremia, hyperglycemia, diabetes mellitus, and prevention treatment of mountain sickness. And I've mentioned in pharmacopoeia that has been included in WHO monograph. It's internal use for loss of appetite and external use for local inflammations, treatment of pain, weakness, and edema of legs. WHO monograph also mentioned that it has been described in folk medicine, but not supported by any experimental or clinical data. That is the treatment of abdominal colic, bronchitis, diarrhea, eczema, gout, indigestion, dropsy, fever, impotence, chronic cough, liver disorder, monsoon, and common cold. We see that as we mentioned in different Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine for numerous indication, liver induction, aiding digestion, and even general tonic to improve metabolism and health. In Unani pharmacopoeia, Chinese pharmacopoeia, European pharmacopoeia, and Commission E monograph, more or less common details are there. Slight difference that it is more often used in inflammatory condition, while in Chinese pharmacopoeia it is more often for the kidney or the cold conditions. And problem caused by cold, abdominal colic, and cold dampness and tinnitus also. European pharmacopoeia for lack of appetite or skin inflammation. And external internal application in Commission E graphs. Pharmacological aspects of pulpa or the Fenugreek, we see the ethnopharmacological details as mentioned as in Indian medicine. We see that it has been mentioned to act as carminative, tonic, acidic, cooling, insect repellent, anti-dysentery, laxative, concoctive, anti-asthmatic, demulcent, expectorant, emmenagogue, diuretic, appetizer, anti-rheumatic, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, digestive, anti-epileptic, antipyretic, cholagogue, analgesic, gastroprotective, vitamin D supplement, and galactagogue. So for all these therapeutic actions, it has been mentioned that it can be used safely in leukorrhea, loss of appetite, rheumatism, epilepsy, paralysis, gout, dropsy, chronic cough, inflammatory condition like splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, lymphadenitis, piles, urethritis, burn, hair falling, dysentery, diarrhea, carbuncles, emollient, bronchitis, dyspepsia, for pubertal women, rickets like vitamin D supplement, diabetes, cosmetics, vomiting, fever, urinary incontinence, nervine tonic, conjunctivitis, dandruff, lymphadenitis, leg ulcers, eczema, hyperlipidemia, and urolic acid. I'm reading all this because this is the description that has been mentioned in the literature. What has been clinically or the scientifically reproven is another story. Whatever mentioned in Indian literature is the therapeutic details of the Fenugreek.
Excuse me, Dr. Rahman, 2 more minutes, please. 2 more minutes. Thank you.
Fine. We see that the safety profile related to the Fenugreek, that it is patient known to be allergic to it or who are allergic to chickpeas because of the cross reactivity. As if it is contained in curry powder, it may cause severe bronchospasm, wheezing, and diarrhea. Other effect is transient diarrhea and flatulence. Hypoglycemia because it is lowering the sugar level, decreasing body weight also. Because it is having certain effect on T3 level or because of this combined derivatives. Phytochemical, we found that it is having alkaloids, steroidal saponins, lipids, polyphenols, saponins, flavonoids, amino acids. A long list is there. Specific details about the seed of 1 teaspoon of seed having 3.70 gram having these details. Research studies, as we found that on PubMed, 1881 studies have been done in since 1932 to 2024. These are the details that how many in vitro clinical studies that have been done is 99 on PubMed. But on Scopus, we found that 2138 documents have been found. In India, multicentric randomized control trial has been done on diabetes. In parallel, a formulation of grapeseed along with the turmeric and fenugreek, it was found that it is a promising candidate for regaining glycemic control in advanced stage type 2 diabetes patient. Another study report that diogenes contained from 11 different Indian varieties, and it was found that tender leaf of fenugreek shows the highest content of diogenin, which is the chief ingredient, along with the phenolics and the flavonoid content. Parallel, the nutritional evolution has also been done in India. The fenugreek leaves and antioxidant characterization has been done. Globally, clinical trials details are there. We see that its effect has been seen on the vaginal cream also, on the vaginal atrophy, the postmenopausal. It was found that it is effective in treating vaginal atrophy. Therefore, postmenopausal women are recommended to use this cream instead of synthetic estrogen to reduce the complication. Apart from them, its effect on the testosterone in male, a meta-analysis has been done. It is found that the fenugreek extract has an effect on serum total testosterone level in male. Its effect on glycemia, meta-analysis of clinical trial has been done in India. And the study shows that it has the beneficial effect on glycemic control in person with diabetes. Another study on hyperglycemia in India has been done, shows that wider availability and lower cost is very promising for the diabetic patient. And though it needs much higher trials or much more trials to be done to confirm this. Its effect on as a galactagogue has also been done, and network meta-analysis has been there. And in neurodegenerative disorder also related to Alzheimer's disease has been done, and it shows that consumption of fenugreek significantly increased the amount of the produced breast milk versus placebo. In the study on the Alzheimer's disease, it was found that it has improved cognitive deficits by NRF2 mediated antioxidative pathway and provide neuroprotection against amyloid beta induced mitochondrial dysfunction. It enhances SOD and catalase activity and scavenges reactive oxygen species to protect the cellular organelle. So in this way, it supports the neurodegenerative disorders also. Another different studies has been done on the fenugreek regarding its chemical constituent of hypoglycemic activities, in vitro and molecular docking studies, health promotion. Clinical claim variations are also found because it is mentioned as to be galactagogue, but in China it improves sexual function. Though there is no evidence shows that lactation promoting effect of fenugreek in China, fenugreek supplement claiming breast milk production have become the best-selling product among fenugreek functional online product in China. A randomized study also support that increase the estradiol 66% and free testosterone 23.8%. So multiple studies support that it has a diversity of therapeutic effects. So its cultivation has been increased in the recent years. And to conclude, we see that since antiquity it has been used as the functional and the traditional supplement as well as the nutraceutical and for its physiological application. According to phytochemistry also, we see that it has it is rich. It is rich in diversity of secondary metabolites along with the trace elements. And the pharmacological main action that has been clinically approved one is hypoglycemic, hypolipidemic, anti-tumor, antioxidant, antimicrobial, and hepatoprotector. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Do you have my voice?
Yeah. I
Yes.
hear you.
Okay. I appreciate it, and I would like to invite you to stay with us up to the end of this first panel so that the audience may wish to ask some questions after listening to other lecturers as well. At this time, I would like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Mohammad Hossein Ayati, Associate Professor of the Department of Traditional Medicine, Specialist of Traditional Chinese Medicine, and Vice Dean of International Affairs at Tehran University of Medical Sciences. Dear Dr. Ayati, thank you for joining us today, and the platform is yours.
आइए.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, Dr. Ayati, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bahram Soltani, for arranging this meeting and webinar. And I also thank Dr. Sombol Rahman for her comprehensive presentation. I liked it very much, and it was very well designed. And actually, I met Dr. Sombol some months ago in India, so it was very nice to meet her again here. So let me share my, can I share my, yes, it's here. So you have my PPT now?
Yes, Professor, we have.
Okay. So as it is arranged by Dr. Bahram Soltani, I'm going to talk about Fenugreek in traditional Chinese medicine. Actually, Dr. Sombol elaborated some words about the use of Fenugreek in traditional Chinese medicine and made my job much easier. So as Professor Bahram Sultani mentioned, my name is Hossein, my family name is Ayati, and I got my MD degree in like conventional medicine and then a PhD in traditional Chinese medicine back in China. Now I am working in Tehran University of Medical Sciences, and also I'm a guest professor in Beijing University of Chinese Medicine. And this is my email address. If there is any inquiry, questions, or collaboration proposals, I would be very happy to be in touch with each one of you to have some scientific collaborations. Well, as you all know, we are now very sad because of losing one of our very dear colleagues, the Professor Leila Shirbegi, who was a really very well-trained professor of traditional Persian medicine. Her specialized field was dermatology in traditional Persian medicine, and she has done several research on especially psoriasis and treating psoriasis, which all of you know that psoriasis is a very difficult disease to be treated with conventional medicine, but she has developed several formula uh, out of traditional Persian medicine, and she has done several clinical trials. And the point was that all of her colleagues, like the personnel of the university, the college, and also the other professors and the patients, they were very satisfied by um, like her attitude towards them. So we are now very sad. Peace be upon him and upon her. And I hope very much that her soul lives in peace, inshallah. So I need to quickly introduce traditional Chinese medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine always talks about balance. And this balance is traditional Chinese medicine tries to make a balance between the mind and the emotions and body. Okay, now I think you have my laser here. And traditional medicine uses nutrition and lifestyle, Chinese herbs and formula, acupuncture and moxibustion, tuina massage and acupressure, tai chi exercise, and qigong meditation. So these are different components of traditional Chinese medicine. Actually now today we are talking about Fenugreek. Fenugreek is in this category, which is which is considered to be one of Chinese herbs, and it is included in some formula that we will mention it in today's presentation. Actually, fenugreek is widely used in Chinese daily life. They use it as a spice in their daily cooking, and also they use it in Chinese medicine. So Chinese medicine has a holistic approach, actually, like the other traditional medicines, like Persian medicine, Unani medicine, Ayurveda. They are all holistic. They all have holistic approaches. In this holistic means they combine all the mental situation, emotional and physical all together, and reach to a conclusion for treating the patient. There is individuality. They treat patients instead of disease, and this is very important. One of the advantages of traditional medicines, including traditional Chinese medicine, is that each patient is individually being treated by these traditional medicine. TCM is highly applicable beside the conventional medicine, so it can be a complementary to to conventional medicine, especially some of the modalities of TCM, like acupuncture, is very well applicable beside the conventional medicine. And also it can be applicable or Persian medicine. It's safe comparing to chemical drugs, and in many cases like pain, there are immediate effects. So if we want to say some few words about history of Chinese medicine and some very famous figures. We have Mr. Fu Shi, who is the inventor of this yin-yang theory. This yin-yang theory is very important in Chinese medicine, and when you enter the Chinese medicine school, they talk about yin-yang, and when you are leaving the school, they are still talking about yin-yang theory, and this is like one of the fundamentals and basics of Chinese medicine. Then we have Mr. Shen Nong, who is from like 5,000 years ago, about 4,800 years ago, medicine and decoctions, different decoctions, the tea. And then there was an emperor called Huan Di. Huan means yellow and Di means emperor. So he was very famous. And this Huan Di is about 2,000 years ago. He gathered many Chinese medicine scholars all together and asked them to write a book. So the book is called Yellow Emperor Textbook of Internal Medicine, or Huan Di Neijing. And this book is being translated to many different languages. Maybe about 20 times it has been translated to English. And now it's a major textbook for all the students who want to study Chinese medicine. About the history of TCM and acupuncture, according to the evidences, it's something around old Stone Age to the new Stone Age, means 10,000 years ago to 6,000 years ago. There are some evidences that they are using some decoctions or some sharp devices to use the treatment. So if you want to talk about Fenugreek, well, this is the scientific name, and the Chinese name is Huluba. Huluba is the Chinese name for Fenugreek. And in traditional Chinese medicine, Huluba is classified as a herb which can tonify the young. So we call it young tonic, especially kidney young deficiency. It's a very complicated concept. We will talk about a little bit about the concept of kidney young deficiency and what is young in the body. Is in a major story in Chinese medicine. In summary, young is anything related to activity and high performance and energy. So if we want to say a simple sample, in the day we have lots of yang, we have lots of light and energy and warmness, but at night we call it's full of yin, which is calmness and shadow, and there is no light. Yang is related to any activity, tonic for yang. So in general, if you want to look at fenugreek, is a herb which can elevate your energy. This is, if you want to say it very simple. But if you want to go in details about the exact terminology, which is kidney yang deficiency in Chinese medicine, this kidney yang deficiency is a symptom differentiation according to the concepts of traditional Chinese medicine. And the main manifestations of kidney yang deficiency is cold and soreness in the back, intolerance of cold. The patient always complains about being cold. So there are lots of people in a room, but patient feeling cold. This is a symptom of kidney ion deficiency. And then frequent urination, infertility, amenorrhea, irregular menstruation, impotence, enuresis, retardation in children, and dementia in elderly people. These are all symptoms of kidney ion deficiency. So as a summary, if you find any of these symptoms, you can add fenugreek to the diet of the patient, and you can advise the patient to use more fenugreek in like daily eating, daily cooking, or even as a supplement. Beside this kidney ion deficiency, there is another syndrome differentiation in Chinese medicine, which is called deficient cold conditions. So we have cold conditions, and we have, according to Chinese medicine, and it's like it takes a long to explain what is called deficient cold. But if you look at the symptoms, you can have a general idea of deficient cold conditions. So the symptoms are like hernia, the stabbing pains in the lower abdomen, other as might arise in congestive period pains in women, low-grade pelvic inflammation, and congestion. So if you have, again, these symptoms, which are in red color, it is called deficient cold conditions. And again, you can add fenugreek for the patient. Again, traditional idea, even I checked, it is also in Indian traditional medicine and some other places in the world, that fenugreek is used for stimulating milk production. It was also mentioned in a presentation of Dr. Sombol. Actually, for this stimulating milk production, there is not like many scientific evidence, but it is a very strong traditional belief that they think that it is good for lactating women. They can use, and also they use it for domestic animals as well. Like the oil and the protein content of fenugreek make it a favorite, highly nourishing cattle food in many countries for domestic animals. So when we want to tonify young, as I mentioned, young is the representative of energy and activity which we need in our daily life. When we want to tonify the young, or in Chinese we call it Bu Yang, we can use fenugreek. So fenugreek, what does fenugreek do according to traditional Chinese medicine? It can strengthen the warming, activating yang energy of the body, in particular the yang energy of kidneys. And then it can alleviate some symptoms such as exhaustion. So if a patient comes to you and says that the patient is complaining tired and being exhausted, you can add fenugreek for tonifying the yang and removing this exhaustion and the tiredness of the patient. If the patient comes, and this is very quite popular for the patients who come and complain of the cold extremities, also fenugreek can be used. Low back pains, especially the sore low back, and low libido and impotence and infertility. Anything related to the sexual activity can be one criteria for prescribing or recommending the patient to use Fenugreek. If it's the low libido, if it's impotence, if it's infertility, in menstruation like dysmenorrhea, we can use Fenugreek. So these are all kidney yang deficiency according to Chinese medicine. So again, fatigue, which I talked about it, we have chronic fatigue syndrome, which is quite popular, and you can use Fenugreek for chronic fatigue syndrome, for poor appetite, for bloating after eating, loose stools, which is called spleen yang deficiency. You can see another yang deficiency. It was kidney yang, now it's spleen yang. Palpitation, sweating, and discomfort in chest, which is heart yang deficiency. So for kidney yang deficiency, spleen yang deficiency, and also heart yang deficiency, or in general, we can say any yang deficiency. Again, it's huluba. It's usually not commonly included in well-known classic formulas, because in Chinese medicine, we have classic formulas. We have like a thick textbook for classic formulas in Chinese medicine. I checked the book and I checked like so many websites. So it's not quite popular to add Fenugreek to classic formulas. As I mentioned, it's mostly to be some additive and a spice for food production or some complementary, for example, in powder type. Formulas for warming the kidney especially, and treating conditions of cold and deficiency, they add Fenugreek to classic formulas. So I am going to mention some few formulas or herbal combinations that sometimes they include Fenugreek. Okay, first of all is Huluba San or Huluba Fen, which is Fenugreek powder. Fenugreek powder is available in the market in China, and also it's available in pharmacies in China. You can buy Fenugreek powder, you can see it here. And your doctor will say you how many of this powder you can add to your drink or your... As I mentioned, it's used for warming kidney yang and for cold lower back pain and weakness and frequent urination. So we talked about this before. There is a very famous formula in China. It's called Xiantang. Xiantang means two immortals decoction. And these two immortal decoctions is can be found as pills, which is Arxianpian, and also can be found as powder, which is Arxiantang. You put it in your hot water and make the decoction. Again, this one is for 25 minutes. In very special cases, if you add Fenugreek to this Arxianpian, it is very good for menopausal symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats during the menopausal period. Another famous formula is modified Jingguishen Qiwan. One means this special type of pills, which is very round. This is for kidney yang deficiency again. and can be modified with fenugreek to enhance the warming and young tonifying properties. And it's commonly used for low back pain and frequent urination, chronic fatigue syndrome. So it's very common for chronic fatigue syndrome patients to go to a pharmacy and say that I want Jingqi Shenchirwan, and also I want the fenugreek powder to add together. This is another formula, Yoguiwan. Yoguiwan is especially for the sexual problems, and it contains fenugreek. It's classical formula for kidney yang deficiency. And in some of the special pills, like the one that I'm in the photo, they have fenugreek, and they are for treating impotence and cold limb again, and fatigue. And this is another formula which contains 5 different seeds. Wuziyan is 5-seed pill. This formula focuses on tonifying kidney jing. Kidney jing is another constant. And again, it's for infertility and sexual problems, especially for the male. So this formula is being made for male fertility and sexual health. And fenugreek, again, may be added to this formula to reinforce the kidney yang and help the conditions such as coldness and impotence. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I hope a very good webinar for you. And again, thank from Professor Rudabe Bahram Sultani for arranging this meeting.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting to listen to your. It was really interesting to listen to where
later compare this actually aspects of fenugreek in different about fenugreek in different traditional medicines by the end of this panel, and comparing Indian, Persian, Chinese, and Thai traditional medicine together. Thank you very much one more time. As the third speaker, let me invite Dr. Saracha Patan Polkorn Sakol, if I pronounce correctly. Dr. Saracha is a doctor of applied Thai traditional medicine, Faculty of Medicine, Siraj Hospital, Maidul University of Thailand, and is going to speak about the applications of fenugreek in Thai traditional medicine. So, Dr. Saracha, hello, dear Dr. Saracha. Would you please turn on your microphone? You're not audible.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Saracha. The platform is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Saracha Patana Pankonsakul from Center of Applied Thai Traditional Medicine, Faculty of Medicine, Siraj Hospital, Mahidol University. It's been an honor to share Thai traditional medicine knowledge with you all. Today, I will talk about the use of fenugreek in Thai traditional medicine. The topic for today are about Thai traditional medicine knowledge, concept of herbal medicine in Thai traditional practice, Thai traditional pharmacy principle, and the use of fenugreek in Thai traditional medicine. First, I will introduce you about the theory of Thai traditional medicine. Thai traditional medicine focuses on the balancing of 4 elements in the body. To help you understand this concept, I will briefly explain how this element relate to the blood vessel. The first element, earth, represents solidity and texture. You can perceive it through sensation of roundness or hardness. In the body, earth corresponds to the physical structure of organ, and in this concept, it is demonstrated as blood vessel. Next, the water element represents fluidity and absorption. Water binds and moisturize the organ. It represents the blood in the vessel. The wind element is intangible, cover movement, circulation, and regulation. You may notice it present in activity like breathing or digestion. In this slide, it shows as blood circulation. Lastly, the fire element, also intangible, provide energy and warmth. Its function like the body heat and energy system. According to Thai traditional theory, illness caused from 2 factors, internal and external factors. Internal factors mostly are affected by body element imbalance, such as defective body element and age changing. External factors include seasonal change, time of day, geographical difference, and improper behavior. Thai traditional treatment is divided into 2 main approaches, herbal and non-herbal. For herbal medicine treatment, we treat patients with a single herb or the herbal formula, which reference from Thai national drug list or individual decoction. For non-herbal treatment, we have maneuver treatment such as massage, hot herbal compression, and also giving Thamanamai advice. The concept of herbal medicine, we still follow the principle of traditional knowledge, particularly the focus on balancing of body elements. This includes the use of 9 medicinal tests, which are aligned with specific pharmacological activity. Additionally, scientific evidence such as reverse pharmacology is employed to deepen the understanding of traditional practice. By integrating all these insights, practitioners apply them in translational approach known as evidence-based medicine. In Thai traditional pharmacy, we not use only the Thai medicinal test, but also analyze the structure of herbal medicine formula, which compose of the main ingredient, the secondary ingredient, the controlling ingredient, and the seasoning ingredient. Additionally, the 4 fundamental principles of pharmacy play an important role in the production of Thai herbal medicine. The herbal medicine used are derived from Thai scripture and the Thailand National List of Essential Medicine, which is classified herbal medicine into 15 symptoms. Next to Fenugreek. The scientific name of Fenugreek is Dragonella phonum cracum. In Thai, we call look sat. Part of use is leaf or seed. Previous study about chemical constituents report Fenugreek consists of alkaloid, flavonoid, saponin, fiber, and amino acid. And the pharmacological activity of Fenugreek are anti-cancer, anti-diabetes, anti-inflammation, antioxidant, and antimicrobial. Fenugreek originates from the region of Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan, and cannot be cultivated in Thailand. Therefore, the raw material used in Thailand is imported from abroad. The use of Fenugreek in Thailand is mostly as an ingredient in food or as a dietary supplement for improving the lactation. The property of Fenugreek in Thai traditional textbook include the effect of anti-diarrhea and anti-fatuous effect, which are associated with a hot taste. Fenugreek was found in Thai scripture and Thai household remedy. In Thai scripture, Fenugreek is recommended in Kampir Chantasat. There is only one found that used Fenugreek to relieve symptoms of ทับสองโทษ a condition characterized by flatulence, cold hand and feet, fever, thirst, vomiting, and diarrhea. Fenugreek is an ingredient in Yatri formula, which used to relieve the symptom of ทับสองโทษ in the morning, and also found Fenugreek as an controlling ingredient in Yatri Home formula in Thailand's household remedy. This formula used to relieve childhood disease such as constipation and release heat. So, Yatri in Thai scripture is the same formulation with Yatri Home in Thailand's household remedy. As I mentioned before, we use scientific evidence, or we could say evidence-based medicine, to understand the mechanism of traditional medicine. We classify the type of evidence into 5 levels and also characterize the grade of recommendation by the meaning of clinical practice guideline. This table shows the evidence of Fenugreek, which have an indication of anti-diarrhea, anti-flatulence according to the Thai textbook. The data show grade of recommendation is D, means alternative use that should consider all alternative treatment and update the new information for benefit and harm. So, summary, the use of Fenugreek in Thai traditional medicine. We not use Fenugreek as a single herb. We use Fenugreek to regulate the laxative effect as controlling ingredient in the anti-constipation drug. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak today.
Am I audible right now? Okay. I'm afraid my microphone. Dr. Sarcha, did you hear my question, or shall I repeat it because I think my microphone was off? I was wondering if you use fenugreek fresh herb in traditional medicine, or you only use the seeds. So thank you very much, Dr. I apologize for technical issues we have with our microphone. So thank you very much for your nice presentation, and we will turn back to you at the end of this first panel. For now, I would like to invite our fourth speaker, Dr. Nusha, PharmD and PhD of Traditional Pharmacy, Medicine, Tehran University of Medical Sciences, to talk about the therapeutic applications of Fenugreek in traditional Persian medicine. Dear Dr. Nusha, thank you for joining us today, and the platform is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bahram Sultani, for such a great opportunity. I want to say good day to everyone, and I hope everybody's doing fine. This symposium is a very great opportunity for exchanging ideas on different matters. At the very beginning, I want to send my deep condolences to the respected family of Dr. Shiregi. It was a true loss to the whole family of Persian medicine, and I hope she rests in peace. Okay, so let's get started with the presentation. And my name is Nusha Esmailzadeh. I'm PharmD and PhD of Traditional Pharmacy from School of Persian Medicine, Tehran University of Medical Sciences. And we're going to go through a quick review about the therapeutic effects of Fenugreek, which has been mentioned in Persian medicine manuscripts. A quick introduction to the Persian medicine. It's actually one of the most ancient form of traditional medicines, and it's basically the foundation of Persian medicine is based on temperaments and humors. In the concept of Persian medicine, each material, each herb, each simple drug, each person, and even each disease has its own specific temperament. It can rather be warm, cold, wet, or dry, or a combination of them. Also, humors are actually four materials which are produced in the body, and they can do different things. They can be part of the body organs. They are black bile, yellow bile, phlegm, and blood, and the balance of them can make a person healthy. And when the balance shifts, then the diseases happen. So fenugreek, the scientific name for fenugreek is Trigonella phenugreecum, and the Arabic name, which is also used in Persian medicine manuscript, is holbe or holba. The Persian name or the Farsi name for fenugreek is shambalid. For better knowing the therapeutic effects of fenugreek, we should first know the temperament. The temperament of the fenugreek is warm and dry. So all the therapeutic effects, or most of the therapeutic effects of fenugreek, is according to this temperament. General properties which has been dedicated to fenugreek is munzij, which can be relatively translated to coactive, muhallel or resolvent, molayen or laxative, moder or diuretic, and mubahi or aphrodisiac, which is mostly this property is mostly dedicated to the seeds of the fenugreek. As the temperament of the fenugreek is warm and dry, it's the best drug for the diseases with cold and wet temperaments. The part of the plant which is used in different formulas are leaves and seeds, but we know that one of the most properties of seeds are that they are estrogenic, actually. The targeted system, according to Persian medicine manuscripts, or the targeted systems and the organs are gastrointestinal system, respiratory system, reproductive system, skin, and eye. So regarding gastrointestinal and respiratory system, there's a formulation in Persian medicine manuscripts. The decoction of the decoction of the fenugreek mixed with honey is a very good medicine for cleansing the bowels. It's a good purgative. It's good for it can be used as antiflatulent. It's good for hemorrhoids as it can reduce inflammation and it can heal the wounds. It's also actually a good option for the shortness of breath and productive coughs and chest pain, which can be the symptoms of flu or some viral diseases. And it can also cleanse the body from phlegm. And it's also a very good option or very good formulation for healing vocal cords. For reproductive system, I can say that the decoction is actually oxytocic. It means that it can cause abortion and it can also help with delivering the baby. It's also diuretic and menorrhagic. So it can help with sputtings during menstrual period. And it's also a good uterus cleanser. It is widely used for different kinds of uterus diseases. It's also an aphrodisiac. There's another formulation, which is decoction plus wheat flour and sugar, which is a good weight gainer. As previous speaker talked about it, it's full of nutritious substances. So it's a good weight gainer. And it's also a kidney tonifier. There are some health benefits for skin and hair in fenugreek. There is a kind of cream, or I can say sometimes ointment, or what's called zomat in Persian medicine, which can be used for acne, pustules, dandruffs, and hair loss, burns, wounds, freckles, inflammation, and skin lightening. As you, if you have experience with the seeds of fenugreek, if you just boil them in water, then you can see that a kind of gel will be formed after the cooling down. That is the mucilage substances. So this helping with healing acne and pustules and burns and wound. It's actually due to the that mucilage which can be found in fenugreek seeds. As fenugreek is very, very therapeutic, it's also there are some side effects like nausea and headache, which can be combined with some other agents, which is called modifying agents or ameliorators, which is called mosleh in Persian medicine. And these are sour oxymol and aniseed. If they're mixed together, the formulations are safer for the patients. So a quick recap. Fenugreek, of course, has diverse therapeutic properties, and it's been shown in all forms of traditional and modern medicine. Most of these effects also are regarding hormone-related diseases. Today, we can see that there is a wide usage of fenugreek in this field. And also these information that has been driven from the manuscript also has been worked on a lot in both preclinical and clinical phases. And most of these properties and a lot more has been proved about fenugreek. So I just wanted to focus on the properties of fenugreek according to the Persian medicine manuscript. And I'm really thankful for listening to my presentation, and I'm open for questions or comparing or anything else that will come. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Dr. Ismail. We are now by the end of the first panel. We have reviewed therapeutic properties of fenugreek in different traditional medicines. Indian traditional medicine, Thai traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, and Persian medicine. So I would like to invite the audience to write down their questions in the chat box if there are any. And if they also have some actually experience with the fenugreek seeds, it would be nice to share. I read one interesting comment from Dr. Priya, who says, traditionally in Kerala, mothers prepare a porridge of rice with fenugreek seeds for their daughters who have conceived and are lactating. Yeah, fenugreek is highly recommended as a actually galactagogue medicine in almost all traditional medicines, and we have a related topic in our second in our second panel by Dr. Elham Akhtari. Any formulation from fenugreek in Iran? Yes, we have some formulations from fenugreek as single herbal medicines. It's mostly fenugreek seed powder. It is used for both hormonal problems and for diabetes. It is a very good medicine for controlling blood sugar and diabetes. And again, for this topic, we are having Dr. Nazlin Amazi in the second panel, who's going to talk about the applications of fenugreek and its benefits in metabolic syndrome, problematic glycemic and lipid profile. There are also some combined herbal formulations from mixtures of fenugreek with other medicinal plants. With different applications. Mostly it is used for, again, diabetes in combined form with other medicines. So, any other question? Most of the studies, as I said before. I don't know if it was audible or not because technical issue with the microphone. Most of the studies have focused on fenugreek seeds, but in Persian culinary, we also use fenugreek fresh herbs in our foods, and many of Persian foods contain fenugreek fresh herb as principal component. So it has a significant role in providing specific taste and texture in Persian dishes. Well, questions? No questions? We're still having our speakers of the first panel. So if you have any question. Okay, now we have finished with our first panel, and we have 15 minutes of rest between the first and the second panel. Please consider during this rest, we need to actually close the Zoom room and then reopen it. So consider that the program is not finished and there is actually no disruption. We just need to close the room for a short break, and then we will again open the room. So please stay in touch and keep participating in the program. The room in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, yes. So the program, I will also write it down in the chat box. The program is not finished. We are having a break, and then we will return to you in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you very much.